Hi Aquarius, this is Amanda Nardozzi. Thanks for hopping into my little plantain here. We're keeping it warm, we're keeping it cozy. Today's reading is going to be for May 13th to May 19th. If this resonates with you in any way, go ahead, like and subscribe and all the things. That way you don't miss updates from me. Leave a comment down below if you still feel called, saying how it resonates with you. And we're just going to dive right in. So as always, drop into your heart space. Let the dust spiritually, physically, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you, which messages are for others. I like to call in my guides and spirit team around this time, my angel guides, to help me connect with the Aquarius energy and see what's going on for them. The highest light with the highest love, conveying the information in a way that empowers them. I feel like you've gotten this card before, Aquarius. I do feel like some of you could be going for a new opportunity. You have the serendipity card, which does indicate like having a lot of signs and synchronicities lining up for you. So things that you were trying to manifest, you're seeing the results of that manifestation. So things that you've wished for, things that you've prayed for, Spirit has heard your prayers. They've heard you asking for things, and it's almost like, okay, well, you want this. Let's line up some opportunities. Now, just understand that, you know, spirit guides provide opportunities, but they don't have the answers. So you need to use your heart to figure out which opportunity to take. Even if the opportunities that come your way, even if all of the signs and synchronicities are lining up with an opportunity you're kind of meh about, I always find that it makes the manifestation power stronger when you follow up on those opportunities and then you learn from those opportunities. Because usually when we manifest something, sorry, we're doing like a manifestation crash course here. But when we do manifestation, oftentimes we it's our inner feelings that lead to the manifestation. So if there are some fears, which inevitably there will be sometimes, but if we have this huge fear that's kind of blocking, like if you wish for something hard enough, if you want something enough, it starts the manifestation process. But sometimes if there are certain beliefs in the way of, you know, I don't think I deserve this, or, you know, oh, I don't think that job's going to pay me well enough, or, oh, I don't think my future partner is going to have everything that I want. You might only manifest maybe part of what you want, and it might not be 100% what you feel you need. So that being said, I've had that happen before, where I've manifested like someone into my life, like a romantic partner, but they were only half of what I had wanted because I had some beliefs that I wanted it sooner, or like, you know, I wasn't really just, I went in with expectations and, you know, I went in with certain expectations as to how it was going to be and how it was going to feel. And there was a little bit of fear there, which is why I clung so tightly to those things. So just keep that in mind in terms of manifesting. That it's not saying like, oh my gosh, like I want to manifest the things that I want, so I need to make sure that I don't have any fears. I don't want manifestation to be like a fear-based thing. Like, I don't want you to fear manifesting the wrong thing, okay? There's no manifesting wrong. There's no manifesting right. You just manifest opportunities, and that is an amazing thing, right? And you always have a choice whether you take that opportunity or whether you don't. But usually take the signs and synchronicities not so much as for face value, but for a grain, like as a grain of salt. Just understand, like usually when that pops up, it's like, oh, hey, like this is, we're encouraging you to take this path because it's something you said you wanted. And, you know, or hey, like there's something amazing here. There's something to learn here, or like your soul can grow from this or something, right? So they're like, hey, yeah, explore this thing. We want you to explore. Spirit will always want you to explore things. And sometimes we don't truly understand the things that we want until we actively explore it. And then we settle into the energy of, you know, is this something that I want? And then you can make your decision from there, right? So we're going to pick apart this serendipity card, actually, because I pulled some other oracle cards, but we'll get into that in a moment. I do want to... that was interesting. So this, I don't think I've ever had a card that fell directly on the vent before, and it was kind of floating up and kind of like in the air for a second. So you have the moon here. The moon cards. You have the moon under serendipity. Already, I'm feeling like some avenues have been shaky or you're unclear about certain things. Now, with the Moon card, you have the Moon, the Devil, and the Ten of Cups, and I will show each of them as I go through them. But the Moon, I'm just sensing confusion. It's like you're confused. I'm not sure. I'm hearing like something about a buddy. So I don't know if you have like a buddy or a pal or something that you're confused about. But there's some type of confusion. Rely on your intuition a little bit for this, but I'm getting like, don't put expectation on it. Don't immediately think, oh, my intuition is fact. This is one of those things where there's more information to be revealed. So, sit in that for a second. There's more information to be revealed on this topic. So just kind of like sit back and wait. Don't feel restricted in any way. We have the Devil card. You may actually be feeling restricted. I know I say don't feel certain ways, but obviously you feel however you feel. That's valid. But this Devil card comes out like, feeling trapped by your circumstance, but it's almost like you understand that there's more to it. You understand, like, there's a reason you're coming to this reading, or there is a reason why you are looking for answers and asking for certain things, and it's because you are understanding that there's something you're not seeing. There's a missing piece of the puzzle. Like, I see someone with an actual puzzle in... I'm seeing for some of you, you're sitting in grief too. But there's like, you're like grieving over the loss of someone, you're grieving over the loss of something, whether it be like a relationship or like maybe a living situation didn't work out or something. But there's some type of grief over this and maybe feeling trapped. I do sense you're moving towards something better, but in these challenging times, just understand that this is only temporary. And I say that because you have an oracle card related to that. We'll get there in a second. You have the Ten of Cups. This is seeking emotional abundance, and this serendipity, following these signs and synchronicities, follow up on those opportunities, see which one you like the most and take it, because it does offer some type of emotional fulfillment. Ten of Cups is about that emotional abundance, having it all. So feeling really positive about your decision, and it's also learning to step out of this devil energy of feeling trapped. I'm hearing like you're abiding by someone else's rules, or you're abiding by certain conditions that weren't set by you, and if they were applicable to you before, they are no longer applicable to you now. So it's almost like you are indulging in someone else's standard, or like you've caught yourself indulging in someone else's like standard or condition, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I've been living my life in this way because I've this person, this situation, maybe it's like maybe this falls in line with some agreements that you've made with people in the past to follow specific rules, and then you've taken those rules outside of the scope of that role. Or if you were living with the roommates and you had certain rules that didn't quite vibe with you, and then when you left, you're like, oh gosh, like now that I'm living on my own, I have these rules and I'm wasting all my energy doing these things when it doesn't fit with me anymore. You know what I mean? So it's almost, or someone living with their family and then they move away and then they recognize, oh crap, like I don't have to monitor my every move anymore. I don't have to like chalk up reports about where I'm going, or like, there's something about like leaving some type of controlling thing for some of you. But I am getting that you are breaking the chains from that and you are freeing yourself from there, and just freeing yourself alone offers the sense of emotional abundance regardless of what opportunities you take. You also have rescue, and this is Aquarius is the card that I feel like you've gotten before. So this is that you're needing to save yourself. And this is one of those things, and I know I throw this around, and I know some people get really offended when I say this, but this is having like maybe a little bit of a victim mentality, or feeling like the world is happening to you, not for you. And you have to be the victim before you become your own hero. I will always say that. I heard that from Chloe Taylor. She's the most amazing, one of the most amazing spiritualists on the planet for me. Like, and she's 100% right. Coming from a state of lack and then entering a state of abundance is also that feeling of feeling like a victim, like, oh gosh, like I feel like I can't get out of this, what is life anymore? And I'm actually going to pull the book on this one just to make sure that it touches on what exactly the message is trying to say, because I've said this message so many times that I feel like it has gotten callous, and I don't want to sound callous when I give this message. I want to make sure it's as forward as it needs to be, but in a way that you are able to receive and understand and apply it to your situation. So let's get into rescue. You are always safe and secure and free to be yourself. Asking for help isn't easy for many successful people. However, that's what you need to do now as you expand your life. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand now. You need only ask and assistance will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from spirit. Get into a right relationship with the divine, and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There is no need to fear. Safety is a place within. So, and there's also like the reverse card here that says, are you trying to rescue another? Do you believe your love can change someone or miraculously heal this person? Or are you waiting to be rescued? Do you believe that someone will sweep you off your feet and take away all of your troubles? Reverse the rescue card. Wait, I don't work for reversals. That's why I'm reading this. Reverse the rescue card cautions you against romanticizing your situation right now. Look closely and see reality as it is rather than the illusion of how you'd like it to be. You need to take a step back and rescue yourself. Trust that spirit will guide you to expose the illusion so that you may discern the difference between truth and fantasy. So that being said, a lot of times our illusions that we have of ourselves to take that whole message, take it however you see fit, take it how it applies for you. Sometimes the illusion is based on a fearful perspective of that we are not good enough, or that we do not deserve this, or we don't even think to go beyond our limits because we feel stuck by parameters that somebody else put on us, or that we allowed someone else to put on us, rather. And I do feel like for a sense that some of you are waiting to be rescued. And I feel like for a lot of you, you may stick your necks out for other people because you are trying to be the hero that you wanted to be for yourself. You're trying to be the hero that you wanted somebody else to be for you. And Spirit's like, okay, but we also see you overextending for other people. And that alone I feel like is a powerful message because I'm feeling the energy kind of like ripple through my body. So like for a lot of you who overextend for other people who are yes I will, like yes men, yes women, just yes people who just say yes to everything, because you like feeling needed, you want to help. But then there's that, again, that overextension might be stemming from the fact that you feel like you came from a place of lack, control, instability of some sort, and you wanted someone to step in the way that you step in for other people. And that's the reflection. But Spirit's like, that's not a good way to operate. That's not a good way to live because you are trying to give from a half-empty well. And you need enough for yourself, which is why it's important to save yourself first. Anybody in this world can only rescue themselves. We can help each other. But when it comes to our own mentalities, our own view on the world, when it comes to succeeding, getting the things that we want, we need to be our own main character. We need to step up and make those changes for ourselves. And main characters, do you think main characters go hermit mode and do it all by themselves? No, they usually have a team. They're usually surrounded by other people. They get that help. Okay, so that's why I say be the main character in your life. Get the help that you need, accept help from your friends, and understand and acknowledge who is close to you and cherish those people. But we just have like you don't have to go at it alone, but just understand that the interchanges, the manifestation, a lot of these things, your own success, your own abundance, you are responsible for those things. You are responsible for rescuing yourself and pulling yourself out of the lack, because all of the help in the world doesn't fix what's inside. I know it's cheesy, but like all the help in the world doesn't energetically like change what's inside. Sometimes we need to actively do the shadow work, and we actually need to be that change, right? So that being said, let new ideas come to you. So underneath, okay, you have a lot of cards coming out for here. So I'm just going to stop at 4. Yeah, that's what 4 came out. Page of Swords is new ideas. So let new ideas come to you. Let new information come your way. This is new communications. Talk to your friends about it. Talk to your loved ones. Actually go out and like speak to other people about, what they feel about certain things. And I do feel like for some of you, you could let other people's opinions kind of screen your own opinions. So like you screen situations through other people before you come up with something. And that might not be the case for a lot of you. I do feel like the people that I talk to are like, this energy is very opinionated, but it's almost like you're doubting yourself. But being open to be open to these new ideas. Be open to the new ideas. And then even though I'm talking to someone opinionated, like, I don't know, maybe this is like for 2 different energies. Maybe that's why I'm having a hard time, because I'm seeing 2 different things for this. And you're like, or maybe someone is opinionated, but as of lately and certain things that they're not feeling so confident in, they screen the situation through other people. And then they figure out what perspective to take on, but it might not be 100% aligned with you. So that's why it's important to get grounded. But understand that when asking for help, take in other people's ideas. Sometimes all it's needed is just all that's needed for your situation is just listening to what other people have to say, and then think about how do I want to act moving forward. You also have the Sire of Wands, which is akin to the King of Wands. You have the Eight of Pentacles, and you also have the Universe. So I'm going to hold these cards up for you to see, and then I'm going to actually take them down because I'm going to read all three of them at once. So it's like you see the possibilities. Your mind is opening up to the possibilities with this, because the Sire of Wands is also stepping into your confidence. This is a very confident nature. This is somebody who has carved out his own place in the kingdom, and he basically runs it now. He's like, this is mine. This is my area. This is my jurisdiction. And it's through hard work and dedication that you get there. The Eight of Pentacles is about that mundane, long-term work. It doesn't have to be mundane, but it is just the general work of I'm hearing like I'm putting my fears aside. I'm putting my fears aside and I'm just doing the work in front of me. And some of you, for for some of you, this is earning your keep. For a lot of you, this is just doing the work and then coming out a more confident version of yourself. But allow yourself to be uplifted by other people, but try not to, you want to be accepting of other people's opinions and let it enrich your inner world by giving you new ideas, but you don't want to ascribe to something that everybody else is doing just because you see it work for them. So it might work different for you. Just be open and not expecting with the ideas that you get, and be flexible when they do come in, right? You also have Eagle, see from a higher perspective. So I see you coming out of a challenging time now. Usually this card comes up when you are in a challenging time and you're trying to deal with things, right? But again, I see the serendipity. That's like a very positive highlight, and it doesn't feel like a highlight. It feels like a big bulk of the energy, but maybe you only see it as a small highlight because you are too busy. Like, I see like your nose, boom, like on the grindstone. Like I see it on the problem trying to fix it, or on a lot of issues trying to work through it. And Spirit's asking you to zoom out a little bit so that you can see this is only temporary. And that's what I was talking about earlier at the beginning of the reading, how this energy is only temporary for you. You have a lot of options for how to move forward with the Seven of Cups. I feel like there's a lot of stuff available to you in this situation. So like how to move forward. I'm hearing just be yourself, just be authentic. And I think you have something like if you're coming to this reading, Aquarius deals with authenticity, eccentricity. It deals with like the throat chakra. Aquarius is big on being the oddball out because they have their own wishes. They have their own goals. They're not afraid to speak up for themselves, right? Regardless of where Aquarius is in your chart, I would actually recommend you look at your astrology chart to see how Aquarius plays for you. But whether your sun, moon, rising, whatever is in Aquarius, however you came to this reading, Aquarius is the authenticity energy. Anybody can embrace Aquarius authenticity, like this authenticity energy in Aquarius, no matter where it's at in the chart. All this energy is accessible to us. It's just more easily accessed, for some people. And it might, because it's a big part of your chart, because it might be in your big three. I'm assuming that's why you're here, or maybe your Venus or whatever. However you're drawn to this reading, usually it's like a big part of your life lesson, or it's a big part of your life. Like authenticity is something you might even struggle with and something you are learning to gain over time, So that being said, Queen of Cups, I'm hearing like a lot of things are pure speculation. Maybe you're looking at a situation too close. It's so funny because the Queen of Cups has been being channeled through like that recently in a lot of readings. But especially when underneath the sea from a higher perspective, and you have the Queen of Cups looking very closely at this cup, again, nose to the grindstone type of thing. And sometimes it's important to know every single little detail, but other times you see how she's like stepped back a little bit and she's tuning into the actual soul of the cup, not necessarily the details of the cup. Sometimes it is being channeled with the details of the cup. But in this deck, it is, a spirit of a dragon coming out of the cup. It is the essence. So she's using her intuition to tune into the essence of that cup, not necessarily the outside of what is surface level. So this is one of those things that you would have to do, is use kind of your intuition, look at the essence of something. Maybe don't look at, look at intentions rather than the actions that follow. That way you can express some form of forgiveness or understanding towards the other person. Doesn't mean that you have to fluctuate your boundaries for somebody else. This doesn't mean you have to allow certain things to continue. But in terms of for your own peace, for your own harmony, for your own sense of Libra energy, just to get everything balanced, right? Is to understand that everybody kind of has their own prerogative. They have their own things that they're dealing with. And understanding the essence and the unconditional love that comes from someone helps you express that forgiveness. It's hard for me to say. Oh my gosh. Forgiveness. And it'll help you see from a higher perspective and saying, okay, not that I'm allowing this to happen. You can keep putting up those boundaries, but understanding it's also not going to last forever. Which also helps like stop resentment from building, You also have Eight of Cups. This is leaving something or someone behind. This could be just leaving behind this lack mentality or leaving behind this energy of feeling stuck with the devil here. I do feel like, you know, the Eight of Cups is emotionally detaching from something. So this could be a situation or an energy that drains you. Again, something that you are no longer allowing for. This is what I mean by, like, you're not compromising your boundaries. You are expressing forgiveness through the Queen of Cups, because the Queen of Cups is very nurturing, noticing the essence of a person or thing, and then making the choice to just separate yourself and say, you know what, like, I understand why you are the way that you are. I understand the situation, why it is the way that it is, but I don't have to be a part of it. Or this isn't something that I want to indulge the energy in working on right now, maybe not even ever. So it is separating away from that emotionally, while you are, like, about to embark on this new path or moving on to the next thing that is serendipitous, or even just focusing on your own life. If this is like a situation or like a trying friend or family member or something, like, you are just tending to your own life, right? So you're following the signs and synchronicities there. Excuse me. So a very lucky time. So focus on positive manifestations at this time. Let's see what your angel cards have to say. See if we get anything else coming through with this. No. So learning to say no for a lot of you. This is that people-pleasing tendency that we talked about before, because you want to be the person that saves somebody else because you wanted someone there to save you. But you'll understand that oftentimes when this happens, you fall into these patterns of these people never stop asking for help. Or, like, you know, they will always have a problem. They will always have something. You know, it almost seems like it never ends. And this is that energy of, because they need to save themselves, because it's not coming from within. They are trying to reach outside for the answers, and they need to do the work inside. So this is where you say no and where you back up. And again, that totally works with the Eight of Cups energy we were just talking about. So this is learning to say no and understanding the energies and vibrations that you do want to say no to. Because I do feel like you've had a tendency before to say yes when you've meant to say no. So now you're like, and you're tuning more into that frequency of no so that you can embrace it and not be afraid to say it. The other person does not necessarily have to be the villain. They don't have to be evil. They don't have to have the worst intentions. You can understand that they have good intentions and still say, this isn't vibing with me. It's not right. Okay. So this is learning to say no. It's also recognizing what energies are right for you and what's not. And you also have cut the cords. So quite literally, like, Spirit said, no, now get out. No, now get out. Like, cut the cords is literally emotionally everything we just talked about. I feel like I am repeating things again and again, but this is removing yourself from a situation. This is completely cutting ties. You don't have to be cutting a person off, but this is emotionally detaching from a situation so that you no longer have to deal with this energy, because you can see this, like, all of this purple swirling, like, it's not good for this angel, and he's very good at, you know, cutting the cords, cutting the energetic cords to the heart. If there's something even from the past that's been bothering you, this is where Spirit said, cut the cords. You spent too long in this energy. Try not to think about it anymore. Don't be in that energy. Tell it no. Have boundaries, not only with your physical reality, but also with the emotional ties that you still have clinging to the past. Okay, so that being said, let's roll some dice for you, Aquarius, and see what else we have going on for you. 193, we're pulling from Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. And I always read these messages twice. Easy, my. I know. They're there. How dare they come on our street? Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. How dare they? Your soul is growing as a result of your current situation. Soak up every experience and know that angels are there to hold you. One more time, your soul is growing as a result of your current situation. Soak up every experience and know that angels are there to hold you. So, that being said, I hope this helped, Aquarius. I'm going to try to jump off because Milo's getting a little upset. That being said, like and resonate if it resonated with you, or like and resonate. Is that what I said? This is what happens when I try to rush, guys. Like and subscribe if this resonated with you. And leave a comment down below if you so feel called. I teach tarot on my Instagram and my Facebook. Go check those out down in the description. I also offer one-on-one readings through AmandaNardozzi.com. Sorry. And I post weeklies and collectives here on this channel, so keep a lookout for the next few signs if you have sun, moon, and risings and whatever. And also I have, like, some amazing projects going on behind the scenes for, like, collectives and pick-a cards and stuff. So that being said, I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.